Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. So tonight I've just come out for a wee walk and I've come to Comrie, and this is a wee back road that I've never been down before, and as you can see the weather's absolutely stunning. I thought I'd come out before the weather starts to turn because the forecast for the weekend's not great. I've come to my first stop where I've never actually been before. It's a local area where it's a kind of natural pool in the river. And this is the water of Rockhill. So join me and let's see where this takes us tonight. Right, this is reported to be a kind of natural swimming pool in the river. So I'm just going to walk down to the edge. I'm not quite sure what to expect. I'm not even sure if it's actually photogenic. But there could be some things that, you never know, quite take my fancy. It looks pretty rugged here, if you can see all the borders. There's a guy out there swimming already, but let me work my way across and let's go and do a wee recce and let's see what we can find in this area. Right, well, as you can see there's a couple of guys in swimming, making the most of the beautiful night. What I've noticed here though is the reflections on this water, but it's more the reflections of the trees in the water. So what I'll do is I'll give that a shot. When I was at the car, I was looking across the fields and there's some nice light hitting the trees. So if those images worked out, I'll share them with you. Oh dear, a wee bit of a disaster. I went to take out my filters and they're smashed. Look at that. That's my ND8 is smashed, and I've got a crack in my circular polarized filter. Oh dear. So they've obviously, something's been pressed against it, and oh dear, they've all smashed. Right, well, let me figure out what filter I'm going to use now that I'll try the CPL even though it's got a crack in it, and I'll see if that shows up in the image. If not, I'll persevere with the polarizer. Oh, that's a real shame tonight. Right, okay. First that's ever happened to me is a smashed filter lens. Right, I shall take these images and I'll share them with you now. Quite a few tadpoles in here, so there's quite a few round about this rock, and then over that side there's a couple swimming around. So what I'll do is I'll take 2 or 3 images here and I'll see if I can get these images of the tadpoles. I must admit I'm feeling a wee bit flat after my filter's been smashed, but let's pick it up a wee bit. Here's the images. Right, I'm going to see if I can capture, let me just see if I can get another filter, and hopefully this one isn't broken. I'm going to try and find my ND grad. Here it is, all fine, just so that I can get the reflections. Ah yeah, so what I want is the balance between the water and the trees, because I'm shooting wide, and the reason I'm shooting wide is I want the trees in my image and all that vista. Now normally there's a big huge waterfall up there, but because I've had no water for the last 3-4 weeks, it's really low, so I'll have to come back another time when it's got a lot of water in it. So what I'll do is I'll just move around and I'll take 2 or 3 different shots for different compositions and see if we can get the water coming through, even if we can get the wee rapids. And when I've finished, I'll share these images with you. Right, so I've come to the far edge And then what I've got is I've got the rapids coming in for the right hand side, but there's a log sticking out the side of the beach on the right hand side. So I might, after I've taken these shots, see if I can use that as a bit of a leading line. It's just a shame there's not a lot of water here tonight. We've got some cascades of water in the front there. I'm just hoping this will pick it up. So what I'll do is a couple of wide shots, I'll do some close-up shots. I'll then take some leading lines with that log that's sticking out, and we'll see if those work out. And if they do, I'll share these images with you now. So for this shot, what we've got is, we've got this tree stump sticking out, and we've got some really nice reflections, and the water's rushing right in front of it. And over on the left hand side, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, there's some nice brightly coloured flowers, so some purple and yellow, it looks like buttercups over there. So what I'll do is I'll try and get closer. I'll take 2 or 3 images of the stump out of the water, and I'll share these images with you. I'm walking along this rocky river bank that's really dry. I'll show you how bad it is. There's this old tree that caught my eye because the sun's licking its way through there, but I was just trying to see if there was a composition that I could maybe have with the tree, but there isn't any water. It's absolutely dry. So there's more folk joined us for swimming, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to my next location and I'll catch up with you there. Comrie has a nickname, and Comrie has a nickname called the Shaky Toon. And oh, can you feel that? Comrie's a shaky toon because it's the first town in Scotland ever to have a seismology centre to test for earthquakes. So Comrie was one of the very first towns in the UK to get a seismometer installed, and that was in 1840. So if I walk round the shed, there should be a reproduction, there you go, on the ground there. That was the very first seismometer that they installed in the 1800s so that they could measure the earthquakes. So pretty cool, pretty strange wee house in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, that's how Comrie gets its name, the Shaky Toon, because the earthquake house. Right, I'm going to see if I can get a couple of shots. When I've finished, I'll share these images with you. So who would have believed, this close to home, we have the hearty seismology measurement on our doorstep at Earthquake House. I don't know what strength and magnitude the earthquake house has measured in this area, but there was some information on the board there that looked like it might have ranged from 1.4 to 6.6, but I don't know. I'll do a wee check, and if I can find it, I'll put it up on the screen as I'm talking. Right, let's head off to our next location. Right, so this location, which is probably my last location, is going under quite a lot of building work. So there's a chance I might not be able to get access to the areas I want to get access. But I'll just drop down here at the side of the river, because that's the famous Comrie White Church, which was built in 1804. And that, 100 years later, is the Kinross Bridge that was built in 1904. Right, what I was hoping to try and do was work my way down the edge of the river here. So let's see if we can get some interesting compositions along the river edge, because the river's not normally as low as this and you can't normally walk. So I'm going to try and find a footpath. Right, as I walk along the edge here, these woods, you can see all the clearances that's happened with the trees. But I'm trying to get down to the water's edge because there's a really interesting area here. Right, as you can see, this could be a wee bit tricky to navigate, so I'll catch up when I get to the edge of the water. Right, I've got my wellies, so I'm just going to navigate my way over this water. So I'm currently standing in, the River Ruckle, or the water of Ruckle, which you can see is completely barren. Now there's a view you don't see very often, being able to stand here and look down the river. So this river is the River Erne. So what I'll do is I'll just get set up over here. Oh right, so this is quite a significant location here, because Comrie's history stretches back, way back to the Roman times and beyond. It was a site of Roman camps and fortifications, and later became a significant settlement under Pictish and Celtic rule. But the name Comrie comes from the Gaelic words comhruth, meaning together flowing, and that means this location that I'm standing in is actually the source of the name of Comrie, because this is where that river that flows down here, this river that flows down here, confluence into the River Erne, and that's why Comrie got its name. There you go. Fascinating. Right, I'm going to take a couple of images. I've lost the light. The sun has went behind the clouds. So I'm going to see, this looks like quite a nice wee composition, and then there's a wee cascade of water up there. But let me get this shot. I might even take a shot downriver, because it'd be nice to get the back of the church, because I've never ever been able to stand here before. So I'll take these images and I'll share them with you now. Right, so I've lost the light, the sun's gone behind the clouds. But I've got a wee composition here where I've got these wee waters, little bits of cascade. We've got some seaweed coming down, and I wanted to incorporate that old log on the right hand side, and then the contrast of the green with the yellow, I think, kind of sets it off. So should make a nice image. My light is low, so I'm shooting at 1 second shutter speed, ISO 100 and f16, because I want to get as much detail in the scene as I possibly can. So I'll take these images, I might move up and get a different composition, and when I've finished, I'll share these images with you now. Across the river, because I thought it was a nice composition with the water snaking down in front of me. I've got the church, and then the water veers out through when it confluences with the River Erne and then flows all the way down. So I was kind of hoping that would turn out to be quite a nice shot. Having a wee bit of challenge with the light, but we're getting there. So when these images turn out, I'll share these with you. I found this bit of the river here because we've got all the green streaks coming down for the kind of, it's either algae or weed, whatever it might be. It's no seaweed because we're not in the sea. So what I'll do is I'll try and get a couple of compositions here. I'll do a landscape and then I'll do a portrait, and then when I've finished I'll share these images with you. I think I'm going to finish the video here. Yet again, my GoPro battery has let me down. Oh, what a night I've had. Smashed my filters, and there's the GoPro battery. I should remember and bring spares in my pocket if I'm not bringing my bag. I just didn't want to bring my bag just to save the weight. Anyway, here's hoping we can make a video. Hope you liked a quick whistle stop tour of Comrie tonight. It's a fascinating place. Got some real locations that you would never even expect. You have to look deep to find them. Anyway, here's hoping we can make the video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do, because you know it's free. And if you press the bell notification, that'll let you know the next time I post a video. So thanks very much for watching, and here's to the next video.